All right, welcome back everybody. Thank you so much to Dr. Gayatri Vedantam for agreeing to take us on a tour of your lab today. But before we go in, we have to suit up, right?
That's right, Alex. So it's really great that you're here and welcome to the School of Animal and Comparative Biomedical Sciences. So before we go up to the hand sanitizer production lab, I'd like you to put on some PPE.
All right.
And the first thing you're going to put on is a surgical gown, which is what all of us wear to protect ourselves and people around us.
Like
so,
this?
Like that. Your arms go in, and then your other arm. Perfect. And then you tie the back.
All right, like this, right?
The next thing you're going to put on is this N95 mask.
All right.
Now you're wearing a cloth face covering, which is perfectly appropriate, but because we are going to be up in a research area, we request that everybody use the highest level of face protection, which is an N95 mask. So I'm going to step away from you so that we maintain distance and you can take off that mask and put this one on. It has a little metal bridge here, which is flexible, so make sure to pinch it on your nose for a snug fit.
Excellent, thank you.
Okay,
These are the masks that were so hard to come by just a few
that's right.
short months ago, right?
Correct. But we are able to get them for research now.
All right,
Fantastic.
am I all good? Am I good
You're
to go?
set and ready to go.
Excellent, thank
Okay.
you. All right, so here we are with the actual hand sanitizer production team who's going to walk us through the process of how we actually make the final product. But first, can we hear a little bit about yourselves?
Yes, I'm Jennifer Rojas. I'm a postdoctoral fellow in the Gayatri Vedantam laboratory. So my interest is in looking at how intestinal pathogens cause infection, and using the knowledge that we gain from that, we want to devise strategies to prevent or treat infections.
My name is Cole Pitts. I am a student researcher here, majoring in microbiology, and I've been working in the lab for several years now.
My name is Daniel Kita. I'm a recent physiology graduate, and I'm starting my master's in physiological sciences, and I'm interested in metabolic diseases such as diabetes.
All right, thank you all. Shall we go into the lab?
Sure. Okay, so this is the formulation of the hand sanitizer we use in our production, and it's based off of the WHO formula, and it uses hydrogen peroxide, glycerol, ethanol, and water. So in the production, in our production, we make sure that the things that we could sterilize, we do sterilize. So we autoclave the glycerol, we autoclave the water, and we also autoclave the containers, the main carboy that we use to where we mix it, even the measuring beakers and the measuring cylinders. So the first thing that Cole would do is to pump 39 liters of ethanol, and we're using 200 proof USP grade ethanol. He will measure that, and Daniel is helping pour it to our carboy, and fill this jug. This jug could accommodate up to 50 liters of hand sanitizer solution. So once we measure out all the components of the hand sanitizer and fill it into the jug, the next step is to mix the solution really well. We do this by drawing out the solution and putting it back in several times. So it's usually about, we draw about the entire volume basically. So we draw 50 liters of the solution and put it back into its original container to get a good mix, because we want to ensure that the glycerol and the hydrogen peroxide and the ethanol are mixed together correctly. And then after that, what we will be doing is to get a little bit of a sample from each of the carboy to ensure that the alcohol content is correct before we dispense it into the bottles. The next step we'll do is to take out some sample of the solution that we just made, and measure its alcohol content. Okay. We're going to do that with the use of a hydrometer. So we just spin this in the solution and wait for it to settle. So now our hydrometer is giving us a measurement of 79% alcohol content. And then now we're ready to dispense the product into the bottles. So in the past, we've been dispensing in smaller volume. So we used to dispense in the travel bottles, also in small spray bottles, which could accommodate about 270 ml. These are 470 ml containers. But because of the increased demand for the hand sanitizers, it was difficult for us to fill smaller volumes. So now we only dispense in higher volume bottles. We now use the 32-ounce spray bottles, and we also fill these half-gallon jugs that were donated to us by Shamrock Farms through our contact, Josh Moody. Okay, so we'll start and filling up the jugs. And so this is our finished product. Our labels are provided by Facilities Management Sign Shop, and it was Bill Florence who designed this label for us. And after that, we just put them in a box. And we also put in an MSDS sheet inside, which contains all the information about the safety of the product. And then we seal it.